What's up, cousins? This is CoasterBro. I'm at a Denny's. We're on our way to Six Flags St. Louis with Kyle, who is currently in this Denny's taking care of business. Really excited to be going to Six Flags St. Louis for the first time in a very long time to ride the coasters and check out their Hallowfest. So come along with us. Now, this visit was only about a 3-hour visit, a day trip from Kansas City. And this was Kyle's first ever visit to the park. So we didn't get all the rides in, but here's a review of some of them. So one thing I remember about my last trip to Six Flags St. Louis is that all 3 of their wooden roller coasters ran rough and just not very well. So that was kind of a bad taste in my mouth that maybe not return for a while. And one thing about this trip really flipped completely my thoughts on all 3 of these wooden roller coasters. So right here we have American Thunder, formerly Evel Knievel. I used to think it was one of the weaker GCIs, and forcefully it is, but it ran so smooth that it was such an enjoyable ride. I just loved it. This is really just one of those rides that I just wanted to sit on and re-ride over and over again, but we only had 3 hours in the park. Next on the agenda was Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast, which I was honestly not very excited for, but we did get a front row seat, I guess back row technically, but in the front, and it was actually really delightful. I thought it was great. The launch was weaker than I remember it, but as far as the course went, I thought it was a wacky ride. It was smoother than I remember. And it was fun. I don't need to get back on a Mr. Freeze for a while, but still a good ride. The Boss was the biggest surprise of the trip. When I last rode this in 2009, it was very rough, and I swore I'd never ride it again. We got a front row seat, and it was actually really good. They put a lot of work into this ride, and you could really tell. Now, I do think this ride still would be better as an RMC or even a GCI coaster, mostly because of weird bits like this. The pacing is so weird on this ride. We had this big turn up high in the sky, and it's like a sharp turn. It doesn't do it for me, so I think they still need to do something for this ride, but I was pleasantly impressed by it. 2 rides we rode but didn't get any footage. One was Screamin' Eagle, which was pleasant. I heard it was running really well, and it was running super fast. Still kind of rough, but smooth enough. So Screamin' Eagle was running really well, and the River King Mine Train was an okay mine train ride. We did skip mini rides because Kyle started feeling kind of cruddy, and I didn't need to ride Ninja or Batman or the Boomerang, so we did skip on those rides, and then kind of focused in on the Halloween offerings, which were not much. Now, due to COVID-19, Fright Fest was canceled, and this Hallowfest was announced at all the Six Flags parks. Went in with very low expectations, just happy that the parks were open, and it still didn't deliver those very low expectations. Now, they did have a trick-or-treat trail that looked great for the kids. Now, as a childless millennial, would have loved to have just gone through and trick-or-treated and got some candy, but we're not talking about Disney World right now, so this is Six Flags, so realistically wasn't expecting to be trick-or-treating. Now, they did have fright encounters, which I assumed would be scare zones, and boy, were they far from it. You'll see this first one, Clowns of the Blacktop, which is probably their best one. This is in the plaza of Mr. Freeze, and basically there's a couple of clowns just hanging out and doing goofy things, socially distanced. Not really following a script, but just being goofy clowns. This was the best one, actor-wise, I would say. But as I walked up to this was our first one that we encountered, and it was very much a message of like, oh gosh, this is what Hallowfest is going to be. And it was. Walking up to the second freak encounter, this is Kyle walking through some scary fog. This is the scariest part about this. You turn around and it's a vampire-themed scare encounter. And I really just feel bad for the actors here. They're so far away from the action. There's not really anything to follow, and like These encounters were so weird, I felt weird sitting there and filming them. It was just very awkward. I really wish they just wouldn't have done the freak encounters and just would have went family friendly for all of it, if I'm being honest. And then there was this last one over by Batman. I think it was a meth lab. I'm not really sure. They're like some deformed rats. But gotta give kudos to the park for opening up, but Hallowfest really should have went in a different direction. How was your day at Six Flags St. Louis, man?
That's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest.
Yeah?
The rides are pretty good.
Zero expectations.
Zero expectations, I think, is key. Is going into it. Is just lower those expectations and then they'll be blown out of the water.
That's true. Do you have a favorite ride that you rode? Mr. Freeze is loud as shit.
I think Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze was... I was going in there terrified. And, it was pretty terrifying. I would definitely say... Fuck. Wait, let me put on my Wonder Woman mask for this.
Yes, absolutely.
I think, actually, my favorite one was the one that, started making me sick.
The boss.
The boss was my favorite.
Oh my God.
But also, that made me sick. And then it just got, worse from there.
By the way, great mask you had there.
Yeah, mask. I went for the Joker, and then they're like, if I want, get one free, and I had to switch it up and just go with Wonder Woman.
That was wonderful. You did a what are the odds to try to get me to wear it?
Yeah.
And
that was after I just got it.
Yeah.
In hopes that I would make you wear it, but I honestly, I don't mind wearing it.
The Hallowfest was actually lower than expected.
Wow, yeah.
And I thought it was going to be pretty low. I mean, the scare zones aren't even close to scare zones.
No, they're not scary.
Themed people in grass areas.
Yeah. And it's only 2 people.
Yeah,
and you can't really tell that it's supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
They had the clown. Now, this, I didn't understand any of the themes with the clown thing because they have an animal wrangler in with the clowns.
They have fake lions in there, but that's it.
There was a situation where the clown did a pratfall and then it got actually stuck for 10 minutes.
That was the best part.
That made me laugh my ass off. Because he was in real trouble.
And then people had to rescue him almost.
Yeah.
As he
someone had to come help him out.
Yeah.
They're doing something, but I don't even know if that is is that it?
Was it needed?
Is it better than
normal?
Better to just not do it at all? Probably.
I would agree. So that was our review of our very quick trip to Six Flags St. Louis. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Also, check out our podcast, Coaster Cousins, anywhere you find podcasts.